Landscape photographers have been dealing with high dynamic range ever since cameras were invented. You get the sun blaring down at you, and then you got the darker landscape foreground, and I tell you, it makes it difficult to really get a balanced image. Now, we use ND filters to help control the light. However, when you put a regular ND filter over your lens, it affects the whole picture. Okay, so what they did was they invented gradient filters. Now, keep in mind that when these filters were first created, they were using the glass, either the 100 by 100 square or the 150 by 150 square glass. These were big and bulky, and they took up a lot of space and a lot of weight in your camera bag. And they work great. They're phenomenal. You could adjust them, so you could adjust where the horizon was or where you wanted the edge of the gradient to be in your landscape. So if you had a flat horizon, you could bring it right down to the horizon line. Or if you did not have a flat horizon, kind of like we do today, like it is today, you would get a softer edge gradient, and that would help at least lessen the effect on your foreground. Okay, so they worked fantastic, but again, we had to carry all this weight around with us and it took up so much space. Well, then come the round filters. Circular filters have been a blessing in disguise. They're smaller, they screw right on your lens, you don't need any attachments, they're light, they're awesome. Okay. Now the problem with a gradient on a circular filter is, once you put it on your lens, the horizon or the edge is stuck there. And now what you have to do is adjust your camera, either by tilting it forward or backward, or by adjusting your focal length to change where that edge is on the horizon or in your photo. Which it might work for you, however, it's also going to change the composition that you may have intended to get. So yes, they do have circular gradients, they work great, but you are limited on what you can do with them. Then of course come the magnetic circular filters, which Maven is the leader in magnetic filters. And again, those are great. Problem was, you still couldn't adjust where that edge is on the gradient. They wouldn't slide up and down. Of course, leave it to Maven to come up with this. This is called the Iron Slider, okay? And most of Maven's adapters are made of aluminum, and then they have magnets glued onto them or attached to them. This one is made of iron, okay? It's made of iron. And that is so the filters, which let me get one right here. The filters magnetically attach right to this adapter, okay, the Iron Slider. And the cool thing about that is that now I can adjust where my edge is. So here's my edge right here, and I can slide that up or down where I want it to go. And if by chance I have kind of a slanted horizon for whatever reason, maybe because it's a line of trees, I could spin it a little bit that way and kind of change the angle of it a little bit. Okay. Now, these are great. Now, this ring right here, this is 112 millimeter. It's made to work with 95 millimeter Maven filters. They are making smaller versions to work with like 82 millimeter filters. But that, as of right now of this video, those are not out yet. But what we need to do is take this Iron Slider, and let me put this back in here for now. All right, let's take this iron slider, and now we just screw it to the front of our lens the way we would any one of the other adapter, the magnetic adapters. Boom, just like that. Let's just take a filter here. What we're going to do, actually, we're going to look at the Maven gradient filters first before we use any of them, because I want to explain them to you. So this one right here is a 3-stop. It's a hard grad, and it's a 1/3 of a fill. Okay, so it fills up about 1/3 of the circle of your area. Okay, now you could change that a little bit when you slide it up and down on the iron filter. Okay, or on the iron slider, I should say. Now they also make, not that one. A 4-stop. This is 1/2. So it's a 4-stop 1/2, and again, it's a soft. It's a hard grad, but it's got a soft edge on it. You'll see it once I put it on here. You'll see the grad. It's very, very soft, which allows you to blend it with your horizon line, with whatever's in your foreground. Okay, so it helps minimize the effect of the ND on the on your foreground, on your edge there. Okay, and then they have another filter here. Oops. This is a 3-stop 1/2 fill gradient. Okay, and again, it's got the softer edge on that right there. All right. Now we do have one more, and I can't remember when this one came out. I think this one came out in wave 2, but this one is called the Magic Gradient. Okay, and I'll show you this in a minute. But what you do with this one is, this one has a very hard edge on it, and then what you do is you take a linear polarizer, put it on top, and you can adjust. So this turns this into a variable grad filter. That is amazing. That is like completely unheard of before. Before, what you had to do was take one of your gradients, whatever strength you wanted, and if you needed a stronger one, you could either get a stronger filter, or if you didn't have one, you can layer them on top of each other to make them, more dense, to have a darker ND. This makes it like a variable ND filter that you would use for video or whatever, where you can spin it and it'll adjust it while it's on your camera. That is completely amazing. But we're going to show this one later. So what we want to do here is we're going to take our ND. We have the 4-stop, and it is the 1/2 fill. All right, you can see that right here. It's 1/2 fill, and I'm going to place it right on the iron slider, just like that. All right, and now if you look on the screen here, you can see how dark that is. Now, for this particular scene, this is probably too dark. So what I want to do is I'm going to change this, and let me see. I am going to, where are we here? And this one's probably going to be kind of dark too, but we are going to go with a 3-stop. All right, and again, that is still kind of dark. And now I would turn it to where I want it. All right, and I want to make sure I expose for the foreground. So I get my foreground where I want it, and then I can adjust where I want the edge to be. Now you can see here, you can see my zebras, how they are on here. And as I bring it down, I'm getting rid of those zebras on that horizon right there. All right. Now again, this particular filter would be too dark for this particular scene. Ideally, it would be more for like if I am pointed directly into the sun. However, the sun is actually back over here now, so I'm unable to do that right now. But you would want it for the because that's when you have a really high dynamic range. For this particular scene right here, I probably could get away with a regular 3-stop ND filter or maybe even a 2-stop ND filter. But for right now, we're just going to use this one, and we could just see, you could take it and you could be behind your camera and you could slide it up or down, and you could see, and it does help to have your zebras on for this one, because that way you can see what it is doing. See, if I bring it all the way up, you can see it's really, really bright underneath. Now it looks better in regards to the sky, but it doesn't take care of my scene here. So what I want to do is bring that down a little bit, and I could probably change my shutter speed a little bit more. See that right there, it's too much. So right about there, 1/100th would be fine. And let me see if I bring it up a little bit more, maybe like right about there, give or take. And right there. And you know, in post I can always lighten up that top part with a gradient filter in Photoshop or Lightroom, and I could lighten it up just a little bit, which is what I probably would do. Okay, and then all I would do is just take my picture, just like that. All right, and then let me see if you got this. Right there, there is your photo. And again, it's still a little overexposed, but I'd rather expose for the highlights, because at least for my camera, Canon R5 Mark II it's great with that dynamic range. So they are really, really good at recovering the shadows. So what I would probably do is maybe even go a little bit darker. Oops, I'm on the wrong one here. So what I would probably do is make it a little bit darker, and we'll go maybe a little bit more. We can go right there, let's say, and then bring that up a little bit, right about there. See, that looks more natural. All right, and again, I can lighten up the top half of the sky right there with a filter in Photoshop. So it works really, really good. And again, if I had a crooked horizon, so let's just say I had a tree line that was going, I don't know, all in here, and I was just on an angle, I could take this filter and I can spin it just like that and turn the angle of it if I wanted to. Or if I had the sun up over in here, this area, and I wanted my ND to be mostly on towards that, I could do it just like this right here. And again, I would bring it up a little bit more than that way, and then I would adjust my exposure a little bit more. And let me see, bring it up a little bit more. Well, we'll probably go like right about there. That would be ideal. That'd be perfect. And again, it's so much easier. Now you can use your circular graduated filters, which are lighter, smaller, take up less room in your bag, and a lot less weight to carry. And you could fit them in your gear and not take up all the space and then have to leave other gear at home. You can have everything together with you just like that. Now, after talking about all of the pluses of the Iron Slider, there are a couple negatives here. Number one, it is a screw-on. Okay, so you got to screw this adapter onto your lens. And it's probably because you got the weight of your, if you're stacking filters, if you want to do that, or if you got a 95mm filter, they're a little bit heavier. What I would like to see is that this ring would just attach to the extra strength magnetic adapter ring that you already have on your lens, and you put it on just like you would any other filter. And then you put your 95mm filters over the top of that. That's what I would really, really love to see in regards to this. And again, the other thing is, which is they are coming out with this soon, is that right now it's kind of hard to use a 90 or less than a 95mm filter with this ring. Like I said, this is a 112 diameter, so basically the size of a 112 filter, and that's just to give you the room to be able to slide the filter up and down the adapter ring. So that gives you the little grace period, right, the little room. And again, it works really, really well like that. Okay, I mentioned earlier that Maven also makes a magic gradient filter. And this is a 1/3 stop, half fill with a hard edge on the filter, okay? And what you could do with this is you could take a linear polarizer, put it on the top, just like that, and let me see if I can get this where you can see the background through the filter here. You could turn it and you could see how the gradient gets darker at top, and then if I turn it the other way, it gets lighter, and it goes back and forth. It works like a variable ND filter, but it's a gradient. Now, you could do it, put it on here. Okay, it will stick. However, because this was really not made for 82 millimeters, you can use them, you can get away with it, but it's really not ideal, okay? So what I would want to do is get that horizon where I want it, okay? And then what I can do is, again, this is where it's going to be challenging with this. This is why I wish we could use the extra strength filters on here, because you want the gradient filter, which is attached with the magnet to the iron slider, you want that to be solid, okay? And then you want to be able to turn your filter, which I'm going to probably do this way. Probably be easier to do it this way. See, that's darker, and I'm going to make it lighter, like that. Okay, and then I'll put that back on here. And again, this is not the best for 82 millimeter, but it works. And then I could take it, if, like I said, if I want to. I don't know if I can. See, like I said, I can't really do it with this one. Let me do it this way. I can't see what I'm doing here, but let's try it. Let's go back behind the filter here. Yeah, we can. So let me just do it. I'll hold it out here in front. See if I turn it, how it gets lighter. See, in this particular scene, I probably would do it like that. And then I can adjust where I want this to go. And then I can make it darker if I wanted to, like that. But again, you can see that the iron slider isn't really made for 82 millimeter. Now, if you're only going to use gradients on occasion and you're really not going to want to use them directly on your lens, just, if you normally use 82 millimeter like me, just get the 95 millimeter grad filters with the iron slider and you can be done with it. And then just put the iron slider on, and hopefully, eventually, they will come out with a magnetic version of this iron slider where, again, it'll just attach right to the magnetic extra strength ring right there on that. That way you're not taking the rings on and off. Okay, like right now this is probably more for security reasons, because we screw it on, it's on there good. And again, depending on how many filters you put on to stack them, again, you might stack 2 or 3. You might stack a 95 millimeter 1/3 4-stop, and then you're going to put a polarizer on top, and you could turn it like that. Now, there's one other trick you could do with this magic. Actually, there's one other trick you can do. This one might be a little bit more challenging to see, but you could take a circular polarizer. And one thing about circular polarizers as opposed to linear pretty much have a 0 color cast to them. I mean, there might be a little bit if you have to measure scientifically. There might be some there, but to the eye, you really can't see anything. However, circular polarizers, they tend to warm up the image a little bit. It's not a ton, and it's easy to fix in post, but it does warm it up. And that's not just Maven circular polarizers. I don't care what company you go with. I don't care what they try to tell you that there's no color cast. There is a color cast when it comes to circular polarizers. Now you take that and you put that on here, and then now what that's going to do is that, again, you're probably not going to see that here, but let me put this in front of the lens like I did before. And then if I turn it, you can see how it warms up. And now this way you can actually warm up your scene a little bit. So let's just say you have a sunset or a sunrise and you want to warm it up just a little bit. this would be a great way to do that. You could warm it up a little bit, and it's not making it any darker. So you're probably a little bit more. You're probably about a 4-stop, 4.5 when you add a polarizer on top of the grad filter. Okay, because the grad filter I believe is a 3-stop, and polarizers tend to add anywhere from 1 to 1.5 stops to your image. So this is probably adding about a 1 or a 1.5. And again, let me take this off here. You can see there's that right there, and it did darken it up a little bit. And then it's warming up your scene a little bit. So again, that's just another trick you can do with these filters. You really can't do them with threaded filters because you can't spin them. So it's kind of hard to do that with those. Magnetic is definitely the way to go nowadays because it definitely makes life easier. They're lighter, they're more versatile. You could stack them easier, you can change them easier. I tell you, I've been using filters much more now as opposed to, say, when I was using my Polar Pro threaded filters. They're so much easier. And Maven they have hit it out of the park with their filters. They have just, scratch that. Maven has completely hit it out of the park with their filters. First off, their innovation. They come up with some ideas that, like this iron slider. Who would have thought? Nobody. Nobody would have thought of coming up with something like this. All of a sudden now you can use your circular polarizers with, or your gradients, I mean, on a camera lens, and they could be adjustable. They could be versatile. But they also come up with all different kinds of filters that you wouldn't even think of. They have come up with ways to use your filters differently. Now, this is no secret about making it warmer. You could take 2 polarizers and do the same thing. You could take a linear and a circular and do the same thing and warm up your whole scene this way. And that's not just a gradient. It'll warm up the whole image. So you could do it with that too. But I tell you, they have a wave 4 coming. They already have they just did their wave 3 about, I think, 10 months ago. So they had their wave 3 filters where that's when I really started getting involved with Maven Filters. I've seen them before years ago, and I don't know, I just never contacted them. I wasn't really, at the time I was using another brand, but I was really unhappy with that brand. That brand would, whenever they came up with a new system, you couldn't use your older filters with the new system, so you had to completely pay for a new system. To me, I think that's money gouging. I really don't like when companies do that. I love that Maven, like their Wave 1 filters, are working with their Wave 3 filters, and vice versa. Okay? So if you already have all your ND filters from Wave 1, your polarizers from Wave 2 and 3, they're all going to work. They're all going to stack with each other. As long as if you bought an 82 millimeter, then buy a new 82 millimeter, they're going to stack, okay? That is what I like. They're not money gouging you. That is a big deal when it comes to photography equipment because of how much this gear costs. Oh, we're being attacked. We're being attacked. Whoop, there we go. Coming right here. You're not going to see him. But actually, you might see him on the other one. I'll try to put it on the screen. But anyway, they're not money gouging you guys, okay? You're getting good quality filters at a decent price, and they're honest about it. You know, Michael has been around for quite a while. He's been doing gear reviews on YouTube for, I want to say, almost 10 years now, maybe even longer, but at least 10 years. And he's definitely not new to the game. And then he wanted to come up with filters that he would use and that are easier to use compared to the other ones. That's not saying the other filters are bad. Polar Pro makes amazing filters. Now, I'm a small channel, so for them to work with me and take a chance on me, that's a big deal. That is a very big deal, not just in photography, but in any type of gear review. I have reached out to so many companies to try to get review units, even if I could just borrow some of the stuff and send it back. They said, no, wait, come back when you get more subscribers. We have some new products coming out in Wave 4 that I really can't talk about right now, but we're kind of checking them out. We're kind of reviewing them. They're prototypes, and I love it. This is great. It's great being able to be a part of something like this to help improve a product and be a part of that. That makes a big deal. Michael is a photographer, probably as well as most of the people that work for him. They're photographers, whether they're professional or not, but they are very passionate about photography. So they're going to make products that they want to use and something that they would be proud to use and proud to make and sell. And I'll tell you, their products have been phenomenal. So anyway, I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that like button. I really appreciate it. Also, too, if you can click that subscribe button. I tell you, you guys have been doing phenomenal. My last video on the pains of being an older photographer, I tell you, that one, if you haven't seen that video yet, check that one out, because that one has really, really been going through the roof. So thank you so much, everybody, for that. It doesn't sound like much compared to some of the other bigger YouTubers, but to me, that is a big deal. So please, like and subscribe if you get a chance, and share the video as well. So until next time, please have yourself a very, very blessed day. And until next time, take care, everyone.